Oh. Y'all, I really thought that was gonna work. I really thought that I was doing something by pretending like I was on my laptop and didn't notice the camera. I I honestly don't know where my head was with that one. I thought, y'all, I did. I thought for a second that I could pull it off, but then I looked at myself, like I looked up at myself and I was like, girl, what are you doing? Like, so I had to laugh at myself. But hi guys, welcome to the video. So, look, when I was first gonna start off, I was just gonna be like, hey guys, this is my book. But I was like, these people know nothing about you. You don't have no introduction on your page. So how are these people gonna know about you? Like, what are you doing? So I had to give myself a little prep talk because it's essential to give yourself talks. You know, it's essential to talk to yourself and get inside your own mind sometimes. I might sound crazy. Don't quote me on this one. But yes, I had to talk to myself like, girl, what are you doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing? I have to give myself that talk at least one time a day. Because breaking down over stuff that you cannot control is not good. That's not good. So anyways, so we're going to start with this. Hi guys, my name is Alexis. As you probably can know, I think I changed this channel to L_3XI Dream. I think I did. If not, it's Lexus_squad_gold still, which is my old YouTube channel. Don't mind the smoke detector. It just hasn't got changed, okay? Don't mind it. Because it bothered me for a second. That's why I stopped. Anyways, my name is Alexis, Lexi, whatever you want to call me. I'm trying to think. So, firstly, I'm a Scorpio. And I'm a November Scorpio. And I have my birthstone earrings on. So, it's a topaz because I'm a Scorpio. And Scorpios, birth signs are birthstones or topazes. Yeah. Do I really like my birthstone? No. Orange is not a great look. I'm playing. Because I know there's a lot of people in this world who love orange. It's not me. I prefer yellow over orange, which is going to come into play in a few. Okay. So, I feel like this is just like one of those sit down and talk kind of videos or whatever. I'm trying to think, like, about me. Oh, I'm 19, okay? I'm 19, guys. Hi. 19, about to be 20. I'm not going to be in my teen years anymore. Technically, I'm not considered a teen. I'm considered an adult once I turn 18, which is, that's kind of stupid to me because you legally can't drink and gamble and go to clubs and, yeah, and buy a lottery ticket. That's crazy to me that you're even considered an adult. But you know what? It is what it is. I can't control the government, so I'm going to shut my mouth up. Okay, I'm trying to think. I am a very basic person, but I'm also kind. I'm loving. Y'all heard the voice crack like I was lying or something? That's ridiculous. I'm very kind. I'm loving, and I would say outgoing, but I am not outgoing, y'all. I am not. I'm still like kind of in my introverted. Why do I want to say phase? Because it's not a phase. I'm in my extroverted phase right now. I used to be introverted, and now I'm like in between the two. Yeah, that kind of describes me. So no, I'm not outgoing. I'm kind, I'm sweet, I'm nice, and I'm loyal. I'm helpful. Yeah. Let's see. Hobbies. We're just gonna get straight into it, y'all. Hobbies. I am a writer. But it's kind of stupid to say a writer. Well, it's not stupid to say writer because I'm still a writer. I'm still writing books. But I'm an author, y'all. I have published 3 of my own books. One is done. I'm going to show it. One is done with the edits and it's going to be published soon. This is not how the cover looks. You know what? I'm going to spoil it too. I sure am. That's not how the cover looks anymore. This is the cover. And if you can't tell, yeah, it kind of look like me. Listen, I always wear earrings, like big hoop earrings. I lost my hoops, and I'm mad about it. I lost my hoops. She don't look like me too much. She look a little darker than me now that I'm looking at it. But we ain't gonna talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it. We're not. And I do have the heart nose piercing. I do. She doesn't wear glasses. Well, I'm saying a little bit too much, but this is the old cover. I made edits on it. I think I have to type the edits up still, reread it one more time, make sure everything, check everything, do my edits one more time, okay? I had to recheck and yeah, stuff like that. But this is the second part to my book that I'm going to be talking about today, but we're going to get into that in like a few seconds. So I'm an author. I have wrote 3 books. I have wrote Unfaithful. I have wrote I Wish I Told You Sooner, which this video is going to be about. If I keep the title of that, you'll see that. And I have wrote To the Person I Was Before, which is my poetry book. The other 2 are I Wish I Told You Sooner is a short chapter book, and which is only 71 pages. And Unfaithful is my novel. It's like 300 pages. I'm gonna wait to talk about Unfaithful though, because I had to process how I'm gonna talk about Unfaithful. Unfaithful is like a very heavy hitter book, and I want to make sure that I have all my information and facts straight before I talk about it. Yeah. Another fact about me, I'm in college. I'm at college. I'm in not university. I'm at college, community college. I'm in college, and my major is English, if it wasn't very clear before. My hair is hanging. Oh, another thing about me, I love butterflies. Butterflies are very essential in my story and in my growing phase. Butterflies, yeah, I have seen millions of butterflies. Not million, yeah, I've taken a bunch of pictures of butterflies, but butterflies are everything to me. Yeah. Butterflies are very important to me. And if you can't tell before, here's my afro. If I don't have an afro, then something's wrong. Other than when I have braids or a lace front, because sometimes I don't want my afro. It's hard to keep up with. But I love afros. My afro is everything to me. It's a part of who I am now, technically. Yeah, definitely. But what else can I say? Okay, yeah, going back to the books. Okay, I was featured in one. Okay, I did one with my high school. We did a book in my high school. I did 2 books with this program I was in high school. And now I'm about to be in an anthology, guys. My work is gonna be in an anthology. I am so excited. I've written one of my stories, but I have 2 more to go, so we're gonna see how that comes out. But here is what the book is. Here is what the video is about today. I Wish I Told You Sooner. This book means everything to me, and this is my official copy. I'm pretty sure I made highlights in it. I made highlights in it, so we're gonna get into the highlights later. But this is my book. This is my personal copy, so if it looks a little beaten up, that's why. I Wish I Told You Sooner. Here's the back. It's so cute. Now, the real question of the hour is, how am I going to describe my book to you? That's a really great question. So, what we're going to start out by doing is, I'm going to read the back of it to you guys, and then probably read the first chapter, and then talk about it a little bit. So, it says, Avery Brown, a young woman from the heart of Louisiana, is tired of heartbreak, tired of change, and tired of pain. She feels hopeless until she meets Asher, someone who brings her light in her darkest days. With time, will Asher and Avery be happy, or was it all just a mistake? If you can't tell from now, it's a LGBTQ plus book, okay? Had to show some representation. My main character is black, African American. She's black. She has an afro. It's talked about in the book. Let me see. Her favorite color is yellow. That's fine. The book is yellow. I'm trying to think like some basic stuff about her. Oh, at the beginning of this book, she's 20. Okay, and I'm not gonna say towards the end, but when this book ends, she's 21. Okay. Then it continues with this book, which is like what, 2 years? No, it's not. It's like right after. These are like really conjoined. They really are. If y'all can't see, this one is thicker than this. So, she's 21 at the end of this book. And her being 21 is like, I would say it's a huge part, but it's not a huge part. But it is at the same time, okay? Because turning a new age is something very big, you know. You're a year older than what you previously were. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna read the first chapter. So in the beginning, I have this part, and it says, to the person I was before, which is like a shout out to the book after. I say that wrong. I'm so sorry, y'all. To the person I was before is a shout out to, I don't know why, because before, the before part, it's a shout out to my poetry book, guys. It is. So it says, this is a quote that I like came up with on my own. Remember to always give yourself true love before you try and give it away to others. Always love yourself first, which a bunch of people have probably said, you know. Yeah. And each of my books have a warning because I want to make sure that I don't trigger anybody. And you should definitely read the trigger warning before going into the book. Now, that doesn't mean that this book specifically has all of those trigger warnings, but it's just like a way of safety because I don't want to trigger anyone. And I know how hard it is to maybe read, to read things that you have experienced and you have gone through in your life, and to have to sit and read stuff in books like that. So on here it says, this is dedicated to anyone who is fighting silent battles. And then we have our chapter page. There's 22 chapters. They're short chapters though. They're like 1 and 2 pages. I purposely did that. And our first page is titled, This Isn't a Love Story. Okay. Tell me everything that you are afraid of, and I'll tell you why each of these are beautiful. Sean says as he connects our hands together. And as he connects our hands together, I think to myself, hell, I don't even know what I want out of life, so you know that I don't know what I want out of a relationship. An African-American female who is 20 years old but doesn't look more than 16, who's from the heart of Louisiana, working as an underpaid educator, never been to college and only landed this job because my mother is the head of the school board. If it wasn't for her, I would have been on the streets by now. I can hardly keep the lights on in my small apartment that is only accessible for one person, and that one person being myself. Babe, you good? Sean asks as he places a kiss on my forehead. I give him a short smile. I'm alright, I say slowly. If I were to give my life a title, I would give it, This Isn't a Love Story. Sean and I have been together for 3 years, straight out of high school, and even though we have been messing around for a while, this isn't love. Sean is a stuck-up asshole, and well, I am a hopeless romantic. Everything about love I am engaged in. I want to feel and be in love, but with Sean, I know it isn't love. We are simply having fun, and I know it'll end soon. Besides, I'm sick of having to take pregnancy tests every time we have sex. That's the first chapter. Now, I'm going to mention that I wrote this book, I want to say, between my 11th and 12th grade year of high school. So, some grammar might not be the best. Some words might be spelled wrong, but I was a little young when I wrote it. And if I could go back and change it, which I'm going to do because I want to release a special copy, which is going to have this and this conjoined, but I'm going to rewrite most of this one. Like, I want to make it longer, okay? So, yeah. And I published it going into my freshman year of college, which I am still in. I'm at the end of my freshman year of college because it's spring semester. And then I'm probably going to do a summer session. I'm more than likely going to graduate, like, probably a semester early because I had a bunch of credits in high school. But this is my book. This is my book, baby. This is the book I'm always shouting out. I'm always talking about because it's special to me. Although Avery might be older than me, she's special to me, and she's me. Through this book, Avery goes on a self-growth journey, a self-love journey. She finds her own happiness within herself in this book. She realizes that some people aren't meant to stay in your life, you know. She realizes that some people might have different viewpoints as you. This is her journey. This is her self-transformation journey. It's all about her growing and becoming a successful young woman, you know, which she is technically already, but it's just about her growing and, you know, moving past the things that she's been through, which is a huge, like, the past is like a huge play on what my books are about. It's more so about you have to let go of the past to be able to move forward, you know. I feel like Avery definitely is me. Like, the more I sit and I think about it, Avery is most definitely me. Now, I was saying that she doesn't have glasses, but so we have this book, which is the first, then we have this book that's coming out, which is the second, and then we have this book is a spinoff on her sister. So in her sister's story, Avery has glasses, but I don't want to make them like a big thing because it wasn't in these two books. Avery has reading glasses. At first I was gonna make it seem like she has glasses, she's supposed to be wearing the glasses, but she's insecure about wearing her glasses. Because when I was younger, I was very insecure about wearing my glasses because I used to get bullied for it. Like, people used to call me Four Eyes, and it's not a good feeling, y'all. Because, like, this is what I need to see. I can't control that I can't see, you know, and for you to come for me and call me names because I can't see is, like, very offensive. But this is my book. This is my book baby. This is one of my book babies. The next one I'm probably going to talk about is To the Person I Was Before, which is my poetry book. That one is like, that one's a heavy hitter for even me, you know, because I went through the things and I wrote about the things. I wrote that was between my sixth grade and I want to say 10th, 11th grade life. I was writing that for a long time. Like, some of those poems are really, really old. And it's not a long book neither. It's not, because I wanted to make sure that I gave myself space to be able to, that I gave myself the space to be able to breathe and be able to, you know, accept that those things happened to me. So it wasn't like something that I was like, okay, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to just, no, my writing process is I'll sit and I'll just write. I'll just write. And then after, that's when I go through, I make my edits and everything. So finding those poems was like really hard, which I still have other poems that I don't have anymore, but it's still like, you know, I was a baby when I wrote half of that stuff. And it's like, looking back on it, it's like, damn, like, you went through so much. You went through so much when you were younger, you know? And it's like, sometimes you have to process that type of stuff. You have to process the things that happen to you. Because if you don't, it's gonna come up in your adulthood, and it's gonna affect you. So I had to learn to let go. That's one of like my big things, letting go. Because you have to let go in order to move on, guys. You do. You really do. Now we're gonna talk about why my sister did these. My sister is 10 years old and she wants to be like a nail tech and a hair stylist. So I bought her like a hair dummy doll to practice the hair on for Christmas, and my parents decided to follow her dream as well, so they bought her the little nail kit, and I bought her because she asked me for the mannequin face thing to do the eyelashes and the makeup. So I was like, I have to buy it. I have to support her dreams, because when I was growing up, I was afraid to dream. Like, saying that I want to be a New York Times bestselling author, I'm looking at myself now and I'm like, girl, you're crazy. But it's like, it's my dream, and you know, sometimes you have to tell yourself, yeah, you might be crazy, but you're still gonna try and you're gonna achieve, and you're gonna try and you're gonna do it anyways. And I'm very hopeful that I am going to. And it's not even that I would want to be a big time author. It's more so I want to be able to share my story to the world and hopefully change the lives of somebody, and hopefully make somebody feel seen and heard, you know. Because I wish I had that when I was younger. When I was younger, y'all, I was reading books about, okay, white people, okay? I didn't have that representation when I was growing up. And now there's so many black books in the world. Read you a black book. It's Black History Month, guys. It's Black History Month. Read you a black book. It don't matter who it's by. Let me tell y'all, my favorite author is dot dot dot. I love so many books. I have a lot of favorites. So I can tell y'all a few. My favorite poetry book is by Jhené Aiko, who is also my favorite singer, my favorite artist. And it's my favorite book because I feel her book is about her brother who passed away. My brother passed away when I was 9 years old. And I was very young and I had to process those thoughts, but I also didn't have anybody to talk to about it. I feel like I should have been in therapy or something because of it, which I wasn't in. But I needed something to be able to help me process what I was going through because I lived my whole life not being able to express myself because of it. And it really had a big impact on me. It really did. So her poetry book is about her brother. Not all of her poems are about her brother, but it's something that makes me feel seen. It makes me feel heard, you know? Knowing that I'm not the only one who's gone through this and the only one who has feelings about it still. And she expresses it through her music as well. She talks about her brother. I also like Alice Walker, which The Color Purple. One of my favorite books, one of my favorite movies. Y'all, the new movie was so good. I also like the play and the older version, but the new movie, it touched me in a way that I have never been touched or felt, you know? It was like that little sprinkle of representation I needed. It helped me. It moved me. Another book I like is, Everybody Looking by Candace Ilo. Woo! That's the book right there. That's the book. And her writing style is so poetic and flowy and rhythmic. Wait, wrong word, Alexis. It's like a feel good type of vibe. And the last book I'm gonna talk about is The Deep by River Solomon. I just got River Solomon new book, and well, not new book, the debut book, because The Deep I read when I had two things that I did. I did regular high school and I did a high school program a college program for extra credits to go into a college with. So we read The Deep, and y'all, at first I did not want to read that book. I was like, I don't like this book. I don't like nothing about this book. I'm not going to read this book. Mind y'all, we had to do the first week of classes. We had to do this like a writing assignment based on the book. So the day before we had the classes, I decided to pull out the book because I'm writing with mama. I'm working with mama. I pull out the book. I open the first page. I'm reading. I'm like, this the one. This the one, y'all. This the one. And I read that book. And I read through the whole book. And I was like, damn, like damn. Like, this was beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's beautiful. Like, that's all I can literally say. It's beautiful. It's touching. It's everything. Like, it really is. So, I did my edit out. Y'all, I got so much highlighted in that book. I really do. I have so much highlighted in that book. Because everything was like, it was jumping out and it was throwing it in my face. I'm like, hold up. But I highlighted so much in that book. Speaking of highlights, I did say that I was going to read a highlight from my book. Now, I didn't make a lot of highlights, but this was for a video I was posting on TikTok, so. I want to find something. Oh, what's this? Oh, this the big one. This the big one. This is like close to the end. So I'm going to read this. It's not really a spoiler because you still don't know what's going on, technically. Okay. No, I'm not sure that you understand. You have been my rock for the time being that I've known you. You have made me happy, and slowly I found myself. I feel like I have been keeping you close because of the fear of being alone. I want to work to build myself up on my own. I don't need your help. And it's kind of why I highlighted that is because sometimes you have to be accepting that that person isn't in your life anymore and that you don't need them, okay? That doesn't mean in the future you guys won't, rekindle your relationship or start talking again. But it just means that in that moment, you need space to grow on your own, and you don't need that person with you anymore. Like, your journey that you're going on, you have to let that person go in order for you to move on, but also them to move on. And I'm going to say it like this. Asher becomes attached to Avery. Okay, she does. And Avery slowly becomes attached to Asher, and she has to cut it off because she was hurting. I don't think when I was writing, Asher didn't notice, okay? Asher was really love struck. Asher didn't notice that she was head over heels in love with Avery, and that's fine. But when it comes to the part where you're like, you can't do anything without that person, you gotta cut it off. If you feel very dependent, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but when you start feeling very dependent on that person and like you can't depend on yourself, you gotta cut it. You gotta either cut it off or slow it down, y'all. Take a breather. Take a breather. But this concludes the video. This is a 25-minute video. Oh, 26-minute video. This is a 26-minute video, and I don't know how to edit, y'all. I do not know how to edit. I used to edit videos when I was younger. I don't have time to edit, y'all. I'm a full-time student, trying to write, do housework, chores, job hunting, like, y'all. I don't have time to do no edits or nothing. But this concludes the video. If you want to read my book, if you want to read I Wish I Told You Sooner, I'm going to include the Amazon link at in the description. Because, yeah, I'm going to include the link. I'm going to start selling my books on my own, but it's going to take a while to try and set up shop and stuff. So, if you want to purchase my book, it would be much appreciated. It's going to have an Amazon link down at the bottom for I Wish I Told. Even if you look up my name, I Wish I Told You Sooner, Alexis Williams, it'll come up on Google. So, thank you guys for watching this video, for sitting through me talking. I like yapping. As you can probably tell, this video is 27 minutes.